guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another apartment renovation. I feel like it can't just be me, mostly because I posted this on Twitter and saw a lot of your responses, but most of the apartments in The Sims 4 are way too big. And I was complaining a little bit about this on Twitter because I really wanted to do like a regular sized apartment, something that was more of a realistic size, and I feel like we don't have that in the game. Maybe that really long one in the fashion district with the body outline on the floor, and maybe Salim Benali's apartment as well. But everything else feels huge compared to real life anyway. In The Sims, you can try and figure it out, but this feels a lot more of a manageable, realistic expectation for a first apartment. For an apartment you're going to find as a 1-bedroom. The size and layout of this felt really good. We're actually building in 701 Zenview today, and this is a 2-level apartment, but we're ignoring the fact that it has a top floor. It doesn't have a top floor. It's not a 2-level. No. We're just going to use the bottom level of this. And actually, it was a suggestion I got over on Twitter from one of you guys, because I was complaining about not having the proper sizes, and somebody had said this apartment and this apartment are really good if you just use the bottom level. And honestly, I love the layout of this. I feel like it's really realistic, entering into a little hallway. There's a little office nook, a small kitchen in like a little hallway, and then the living space off to the side and the bedroom on the other side of the apartment. I was just really happy with the layout of this, and I hope you guys like it too. As you can see in the living space, there wasn't a window to outside, so I thought the best course of action here, to make it a little bit more cozy, because I felt like the space still felt kind of big, and also give the illusion of having windows, was to put some windows. They can't be to the outside unless I wanted to use Tool to add windows to this apartment, but I have some flowers in there, and I just thought it was a nice decoration to put into this space. And then I am using these love seats from base game and sectioning those off into a L-shaped couch sort of situation for this room. Speaking of which, this entire apartment is only using base game and city living. I've had that suggestion for a long time, and I don't know if I've actually done it, because I've done like a city living, island living, and base game, and I don't know if I've done a city living one. And I didn't really go for a particular style other than I wanted it to be like your average apartment, the more typical or normal, or, you know, I don't know what other words I could use for this, but I wanted it to be like a collection of things somebody might have got. A realistic apartment, I guess, is the other thing I could use other than average. One thing I did do that I thought was a little bit of fun, this chair from City Living. I don't think I've ever even placed this item down, let alone used it. I was going through these swatches forever, and I was like, what is this chair? But I was like, ooh, the gold one. I feel like maybe they could have picked that up at the flea market. It doesn't really match the rest of the stuff, but I was kind of going for a little bit of all over the place style. Like, you picked up things as you go. It doesn't have to be perfectly designed, because let's be honest, at least in my experience from myself and everyone I know and places like people's apartments I've been to, not everyone has like, oh, this is my perfect like farmhouse aesthetic apartment or industrial, or, you know, there's a bunch of different styles. I'm having a brain fart right now. But a lot of the times, it's just a collection of stuff. You're like, oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, that's kind of cute. And you just kind of gather things over time. Maybe not everything matches. And I think it's a little bit more of a realistic approach to an apartment. So that's what this is supposed to be. But I am sectioning off this wall right here to go ahead and make it feel a little bit more separate. And there's a dining table. I end up deleting one of those chairs later on, though, and just leaving it as a 2-seater dining table, because I wasn't sure if Sims could get by there, and there was just a lot of chairs, because we're also going to be adding one of those by the computer desk. And then over here, I did stack up these ottomans from City Living as well. I just thought it looked really nice, like a collection of things you could probably play in this. It's definitely a stereo, but we're gonna imagine it's a record player. That's what I was thinking. And then there's a keyboard in here as well. I thought that could be a bit of fun. I do like adding keyboards to my builds. It's a really cool skill building item, and it's one that came with City Living, so of course we had that at our disposal. And then over at the dining table, I'm just having some plants in this little menu. I kept it pretty simple over here, but I do really like the pattern that I used on that table. And then in the kitchen, we only have one usable space to chop up food. I get questions about this a lot, but your Sims can prepare food on a corner counter. They just can't on an end counter. So if you didn't use a full counter and it was like a half counter that was an end cap, you can't prepare food there, but you can on a corner piece. So this kitchen is fully functional. I'm just adding a bunch of clutter around the sink because that is where your Sims, it wouldn't bother them. They could still use the sink. Whereas if you add a bunch of clutter on the corner piece, you're not going to be able to use it. I do add one flower over there, which shouldn't be a problem, but if it is, you can easily delete it. I just thought it looked really cute in the corner and it made it look less bland over there, but I really like how this kitchen came out. Once again, I feel like it's really realistic, at least from my experience and my point of view, but let me know if this is kind of a realistic apartment or an average size / idea for a collection of furniture that you have experienced in your lives as well. Definitely curious on sizes of apartments, what your opinions are of the ones in The Sims 4. Are they too big? Are they the right size? Is this one really small or really big to you? I feel like I want more this size of this just bottom floor. Maybe even a little bit smaller than this. Like some true studio apartments would be so nice in The Sims. But anyway, we are decorating the office nook here. I kept it pretty simple. There's just some stuff on the desk and the bookcase above it. But if you guys are interested in downloading this build, you can find it on the Sims 4 gallery. It is under my origin ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and I will have all of that information in the description down below, as well as a direct download link to the gallery website if it's easier for you to grab it that way. I'm just having so much fun lately decorating apartments. There's just something so exciting about it, and decorating interior spaces and not having the pressure of trying to make the outside look nice. Although I think that's my favorite part of building usually is building the exteriors of homes and landscaping. That is my jam. But lately apartments just have been a lot of fun. So let me know your guys' opinions if I should do some more apartments. If so, if you have any suggestions of some styles of apartments or family dynamics or not apartment dynamics, that's not what I meant, roommate dynamics. Definitely interested in that. In the entryway here, I do have just a little cork board with some postcards, some clutter, some shoes. I really like that chair I put in the corner. That was like one of the first things I placed down in the apartment, and I'm just now talking about it 7.5 minutes into the video, but that's okay. That pink chair, I was just like, this is so cute. I need to use it. And I feel like it helped kind of bring all the varieties of colors together in this house. I really love this bed from City Living. I feel like I don't use it that often, but I think it's really pretty. It has some nice swatches, and I thought something bright and cheerful in the bedroom would be nice. And once again, that realistic touch of, you know what, the bedroom doesn't have to match the rest of the apartment, which is something I do way too often. I feel like I'm stuck in that. I'm like, you know what, the style of the house is gray, so the bedroom is gray. Or the style of the house is pink, so then the bedroom has to be pink. I don't know. Sometimes it makes sense, but today I was like, you know what, we're not going to do that. We're going to have a yellow and purple bedroom, even though the rest of the house has a lot of more greens and blues in it. And I'm pretty happy with that decision. I think it came out nice in here. There's even a little cacti on the bedside table. I shrunk down a lamp and the cactus plant to make them smaller and look like they weren't way too big for the bedside table. And I also added a guitar in here, so we got another skill building item. So I did definitely feel like the Sim is really into music. And, like listening to music, playing music, and learning 2 different instruments, maybe even more. But that was the idea. And then we're going to be finishing up the bathroom here. It's just a bathroom. It's nothing special. This is supposed to be, your typical apartment. So I think I only used base game things in here. We did get a sink with City Living and some questionable toilets, but I did not end up using those in this apartment. But I did want to mention this could be an apartment for up to 2 Sims, because as long as you have the ability to have your Sims scooch over on the bed, you should still be able to have 2 Sims sleeping in it. So this is for 1 or 2 Sims. I don't remember the exact price of it, but hopefully that will be in the description down below. But we're coming to the end of the video, heading on into screenshots. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'd love to have you join us. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye, everybody.